Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Viewhouse Centennial, and we have got a very special show because we've got the one and only. The credential list is so long. The voice of the Denver Broncos, head coach, your Cherry Creek Bruins, a perennial state champion, and so much more. Dave Logan, kind enough to join us right in the heat of your busy season. We're so thankful to have you. We'll get to high school ball in a minute, but let's start with those Broncos. You've called 2 preseason games. What have you learned so far about this team?
I mean, I really like what I've seen. I think the excitement level is genuine. I think the organization feels like that this can be. I mean, obviously, Sean went out and said it's one of 7 teams he's coached that he feels can get to the Super Bowl. So that's, I mean, when you have a head coach that says that, I mean, to me, that's a way to infuse confidence into your players. And even players at the elite level, the NFL level, they need to have confidence. And I think hearing that from the head coach is just that. But I think the running game will be better. Really excited about the defense, adding a couple of real key pieces. And I honestly, I think this could be a really big season for the Broncos.
All right, you mentioned it. Sean said he believes this is a Super Bowl contending team. You've seen Super Bowl contending teams. You've followed them, called their games. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you're going to win a championship, I don't care what level it is. I mean, things have to break for you.
Yeah.
You got to stay relatively healthy. You got to have a couple of fortuitous bounces during the season. You also have to have good players, and I think they have good players. I did an interview with Sean, and I asked him about his comment, which was made to a national reporter. And he talked about why he said what he said. But the interesting thing, Romy, for me, is after the interview ended, he took the headphones off and stood up and looked at me and said, Dave, I really believe that. I mean, I really believe it. So he thinks it. I think they've got an excellent chance. I'm just excited about what's going to happen this year.
That makes you we should all be excited about it. And you said the excitement does feel genuine. It's kind of crazy to think it wasn't that long ago this organization was kind of plodding along trying to figure out how to get back on its feet. Such a quick turnaround, really, just a couple of years. What do you attribute this turnaround to?
Oh, I think a couple of things. They've been good in the draft, and they've been good in free agency.
Yeah.
And I think, nowadays you've got to make sure you hit on the draft choices. If you go back and look at the last 2 or 3 drafts with George and Sean together, they've been pretty good. They've hit on the quarterback spot, which is the one key spot that you have to have. You know that if you're going to, make a legitimate run to a Super Bowl. And I think they've been good. They've had a couple of misses in free agency, but they've had a couple of big hits too. And it looks like this year, like Evan Ingram and Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga, those 3 guys, of course, the qualifier, if they can stay healthy, I like what they bring to the team.
Yeah. So you look at the Broncos, and it feels like it's a really well-rounded team this year. They got the QB, they got the trenches. So let me ask you, looking at it, what do you think that this Achilles heel could be of this squad?
I think the depth at inside linebacker could be a question. I mean, we're hoping that Alex Singleton comes back from the Achilles he tore in the first game of the season last year. You hope that Dre Greenlaw, who nicked a quad a little bit in training camp, you hope that he's going to be okay. You've already lost Drew Sanders for a period of time. So I think the depth at that position, I think they're fairly deep at corner, fairly deep at wide receiver and at running back. I mean, the offensive line has got to stay relatively healthy. They were healthy last year. You just hope that can happen 2 years in a row.
When you kind of look at this team, who do you have your eye on that I think he's going to have a big breakout year this year?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. I think the running game is going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they had good production up front by all metrics. The offensive line, in terms of run blocking, was one of the top, let's just say top 7 or 8, maybe better offensive units. But the run efficiency did not match. So I think with R.J. Harvey, the second-round draft choice out of Central Florida, J.K. Dobbins, who I really like, brings the fire to the offense. He's vocal, he's tough, he's been a productive back in this league. And then I think good luck trying to decide, from 3, 4, and 5, and maybe 6, somebody's going to get let go that's a pretty good running back.
Yeah, Sean Payton said it a few times. There's going to be some people on this team that get cut that are going to be playing somewhere else.
That's right.
In a couple of weeks. I could listen to you talk Broncos all day long. I always learn something. I feel like I get smarter. Dave Logan in the house tonight. Welcome back into Xfinity Monday Live here at the View House Centennial, and always an honor to have Dave Logan join us to talk Broncos, to talk ball, and we're going to play a little fact or fiction.
It's a fact I'm going to kill that fly.
I know.
can promise you that.
Everybody wants to be around you. We're just gravitating
Even
towards
flies.
it. Even the flies. All right, fact or fiction. Denver's defense can be as good or maybe even better than the Super Bowl 50 defense.
Oh.
We didn't say it was easy.
Oh, man, I'm going to say fiction.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going to say fiction. I think this can be a really good defense, but you're talking about an historically great defense then went out and did it. They had 12 games in that regular season back in 2015 that were one-score games.
Yeah.
So when the defense had to make plays in 2015, they made them. And now we'll see, and I think this team can, but we'll see if they can do it this year.
I mean, that defense went out and scored some touchdowns in the Super Bowl, too. They did everything that they had to.
Yep.
All right, fact or fiction. The combination of Bo Nix and Sean Payton will, at some point, win a Super Bowl.
It's hard to win Super Bowls.
It is hard to win Super Bowls.
I'm going to say fact.
All right, we'll take it.
I'm going to say fact.
You had us there.
Just for a second. No, I think, I think you've got the right coach. Obviously, this is a guy that's done it before. Really, really smart, buttoned up, on top of everything. And you got a young quarterback that I thought was better than most people thought he could be in his rookie season. And now you add some pieces around him in that offense, and Harvey and Dobbins and Evan Ingram at tight end. And, I think Troy Franklin looks like he's going to have kind of a breakout year in his second season. I think that you have to get lucky, a little lucky, and you got to stay healthy, and you got to be good. And I think they have a chance to be all three.
I love it. We'll take it. We need you to call another Super Bowl. That's what we want.
That would be nice.
So
that would be nice.
We want another one of those. Fact or fiction? Denver should be considered the favorites to win the AFC West.
No, I would say fiction.
Okay.
Now, I'm old school in that regard. I think the Broncos can win the AFC West. Matter of fact, I think they will. But you got to go out and do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas City has won it 9 straight years. So until you step on their throat, figuratively speaking, they're still the champs. So, yeah, I think they can. I think this is the year. I think the expectation level is for them to beat Kansas City. And if they beat Kansas City, I mean, the Chargers are going to have a good team too, and the Raiders I think will be better. But you got to take care of Kansas City. You've got to make sure that you find a way to beat them. If you do, I think you're going to be AFC West champs.
I love it. I'm with you. I agree. You got to go out and do it. You got to prove it. Until proven otherwise, the Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
That's right.
I agree with that. All right, we got so much more coming up here on Xfinity Monday Live, but we got to take a break, get caught up on today's news and weather, and for that, we send it over to the station where we find Michael Spencer. Fact or fiction? Who is your favorite host of this? Row me over Michael Spencer.
Oh, don't put him on the spot. We know what he's going to say.
What's the question?
The question was, am I your favorite?
Fact.
See, Michael's far away. You can't do anything about it.
Romy, for the record, you're my favorite host of Xfinity Monday Live as well. Great show, as always. Looking forward to getting back to you guys in just a minute.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. It's time now for the People Want to Know. People Want to Know brought to you by Common Spirit, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos and champions for the communities we serve. And, of course, we've got high school season. It's up. It's around the corner. Sean wants to know what's your favorite thing about coaching high school ball. You've been doing it for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, this would be year 33. So, listen, I love working with kids. I love the game of football. I think it's the best team game in the world. I think you can teach them so many things, and a few of those life lessons they can apply after they're done playing football, whenever that time is. But the competition of it, I've just always enjoyed that aspect, and so we're excited.
I love it. That was The People Want to Know, brought to you by Common Spirit. We'll talk a little bit more high school ball coming up on the other side. The first game, it's around the corner, less than 3 days away. I don't know how many hours, but we'll talk about it when we come back. Always an honor to have Dave Logan in the house. 5 state titles in 6 years. You've got FBS talent all over the place, Dave. My question is, they always say the standard is the standard, but how do you continue to maintain that level of excellence year in and year out as you approach yet another season?
Well, I think, listen, I've been blessed over 32 years. I've coached some really good players. But I think you approach every single season as though it's a completely new one. So even if you have starters back, you've got guys that have been successful. You've got, guys that everybody's telling them how great they are and they're being recruited by this school and that school. All that stuff really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in terms of how they're going to play, and ultimately, are they good enough to win a state championship? We never talk about state championships. We talk about the process, honestly, the process of going through what you have to go through to best give you a chance to win. It doesn't assure that you're going to win, but I'm a big believer, and we've done it this way for, the last 28, 29 years. 8-week program in the summer, 3 days a week, every other Saturday. And it's hard work. These kids, I have such respect for them because I know how they work and I know how hard it is. And they put the time in, and that gives them a chance at least to be good. And
boy, are they lucky to have you as their head coach. Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with the one and only Dave Logan, voice of your Denver Broncos, head coach of the Cherry Creek Bruins. And let's talk about high school ball. It's starting this week. You look at your squad, you look at the competition. You guys are eternally the hunted, not the hunters. How do you approach this season? What are you looking forward to?
Well, we don't look at it that way, to be honest about it. I know we're hunted, but we have to hunt on our own. I think it's a good bunch coming back. We've worked hard this summer. There are every single year, honestly, there are a handful, maybe 2 handfuls of teams that if things break right for them, they can win. There's absolutely no way to guarantee. We've had some really close games over the last few years that we have managed to find a way to win. We were down 10-0 at halftime in last year's state championship game, and I was proud of the resilience our kids showed. They have to have a belief that they're going to be able to come back and not to panic and just to stay the course. And so we're excited. I think we open at Regis, and I think Regis will have a good team, well coached. I think Danny does a nice job over there, but we start Thursday, and then off we go.
Off you go. You've been in the coaching game for over 30 years. I feel like we can look at the NFL, we can look at college, we can examine how much it's changed, but high school, we get less of a lens on it. How has the game changed over the last 3 decades?
Oh, I think it's a lot better. I think Colorado is undervalued in terms of their high school football players, and I also think as far as coaching, there's some really good coaches here. There are guys, and I've said this before, if I ever, or had I ever decided to go coach in college, there would have been high school coaches that I would have offered jobs to.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be an NFL guy to be necessarily a great coach, and I don't think you have to be a college guy to be a great coach either. I think I've seen it up close and personal. So that's why we travel out of state from time to time, and we feel like we're trying to represent the state of Colorado. Anytime a team from Colorado goes anywhere and plays, I pull extra hard for that team to win.
We've seen how NIL and transfer portal has changed the college game. Has it changed the high school game?
Well, not for us. Hopefully it doesn't. I think the college game in terms of NIL, they're going to have to figure out a way. I don't know what it is, but they're going to have to figure out a way to get a hold of it a little bit, because you have colleges now just basically paying players to come play. I don't know. I haven't talked to any coaches around here that have experienced that with their players. I think there are, opportunities nationally with some of the bigger schools, but I haven't seen it, and I'm glad I haven't seen it in Denver.
How do you balance, Dave, being a high school coach in the week, calling the Broncos, two jobs that require tremendous preparation? How do you do both? How do you balance?
You know what, Romy? I'm like Pavlov's dog. I mean, I'm pretty regimented.
Yeah.
I've got a schedule, and I adhere to it. You know, I try to get a workout every morning, just to clear my head, and then go to the school, prepare the practice plan, make sure class-wise guys are doing what they should, watch film in practice, and then, of course, for the Broncos, you've got obligations for them later in the week in terms of doing Sean's show and Bo's show and then calling the game. I enjoy both. I think, you never want to cheat either one, especially high school players. I mean, you want to work hard for those guys because I feel like I owe it to them. The staff owes it to them to put them in the best possible position.
All right, we'll do one Broncos question and we'll get you out of here. Bo Nix, what's his ceiling this year?
That's a good question. I really think he is going to be one of the elite quarterbacks. I do. I think he's a mixture of a really good athlete, what I call a savvy athlete, that has a little bit of gunslinger to him, but maybe not too much, and is smart, and maybe one of the most important things, he loves ball. So he's a guy that is first in, last out, works at it, film nut, and so you're not going to too many times fool him, even though he's young. And he's got, a great offense and a head coach that understands what great quarterback play looks like in Sean Payton. I would think that has to help Bo too. So, I mean, I think I wouldn't be surprised at all if his numbers go up. And I think the efficiency at quarterback play will go up because I think the Broncos' run game will be more efficient this year than last.
Lots to be excited for. Of course, we love hearing you call those Broncos games. And good luck this season
Romy.
in the high school game. And
appreciate it.
We'll be, I'm sure we'll be talking to you in November, December.
We'll talk every month.
Every month. I love it. All right, Dave, thank you so much. It's such a treat always. Guys, thanks for logging on. We'll see you next time.